Hi and welcome. I am trying to learn Spanish today, Lora, and after we've done with it, we're gonna do lake injury prevention training. And if you participate in the lake injury prevention training, then it's very honest. Now I just have here this text in Spanish, and I'm just trying to decipher them to understand it. I don't even know if it is Spanish, and I don't know what Lora means. But it seems to be something about the regions, I guess, of Spain, and then always talk a bit about it, so let's just try it as a big riddle. La comarca de Aguilar de Campo y todo su entorno se ubica en el noreste del alargado territorio de la provincia de Palencia, en la parte más septentrional de la meseta norte. We're talking about something about geography, about some regions. We're talking about the region Comarca de Aguilar de Campo. That and all the other regions, and other regions and provinces of Palencia, and the part septentrional, whatever that means, from Meseta Norte, East, somewhere, whatever. Haciendo frontera con los territorios cántabros del Campo y los burgaleses de los ramos de la Lora y parte del Cid. They're explaining again something to the regions. Let's read on. La comarca natural se define como de la Valdivia, aunque nos encontremos en un área de transición natural intermontañoso entre las campinas y plancinas, tierra campinos y los contrafuertes montañosos de la cordillera cantábrica, montana palentina. So we're saying there are different types of geography. There are some mountains. So we're explaining now how the nature is. We're saying the nature is differently in different places. And we're talking, I think, of mountains, montana palentina, the montañosos, the mountains of de la cordillera cantábrica. They're talking about the Calabrian, Cantabrican mountains. There's such a little map, I can't get anything from it. Okay. La penetración en el territorio si se hace desde la parte sur de la provincia, siguiendo el curso del río Pisuerga, actual CN 611, Palencia Santander, en su paisaje nos irá dando una idea del tipo de topografía que nos espera, una orografía y formas de relieve de carácter accidentado que se irán acentuando según avanzamos hacia el norte, no solo de la propia comarca de Aguilar, sino de todo su entorno. So Aguilar, that is the region. Something of the region is Aguilar. And norte must be north. So we're saying there's different places and different north and south and so on of the region Aguilar. And we're saying something about una idea del tipo de topografía. So we're saying what we're explaining we're asked about the topography with the mountains and how it's different in different parts should give us, I think, an idea of how the topography, so how the region is with its mountain and the regions. And that looks a bit like a mountain map, so not like a region map, but it's written like Zona 1, 2, 3. Not 1, 2, 3. It's something else. Something else in Spanish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're talking about a mountain region. They're trying to explain to us a mountain range. Veremos que la comarca es determinada por altitudes, this is the height, que mayoritariamente superan los 1000 whatever, metros, localizándose tan solo un 20% de su superficie. Also, they say here that only 20% of the region of La Lora are above 1000 meters height, which is then 236 square kilometers. Entre las costas de 800 a 1000 metros y que en gran parte corresponden a la territorialidad administrativa de Aguilar de Campo y que sus alturas mayores se ubican en las comarcas vecinas a su entorno. Do we say that only the topmost regions are under the administration of Aguilar de Campo and the other are not? Aguilar es otra historia. I don't know what it means, but Aguilar is the important thing of the book. Como veces en su entorno, Branosera, Baruelo y Pomara de Valvidad, Valdecebolas, we're listing of highest mountains. Branosera and Baruelo y Pomar de Valvidad, which would be Valdecebolas. Maybe we're listing the mountain ranges, and the mountain would be now Valdecebolas, 2,136 meters. Cueto, 2,038, Monte Bernorio, 1,171. And Pena Mesa. I once did a video about the highest mountains of volcanoes in Mexico. The highest mountains in Mexico, 3 stratovolcanoes. And they all had Pena in the name. So I hope it means mountain. Y las tuerces. Okay, so I think the list is just the mountains. Todo este paisaje, orografía, paisaje could be country, orográfico, ha sido cambiado y modificado por una serie de corrientes hidrológicas. We're talking about that the region is through such hydrological, so rivers changed and modified, has changed, cambiare, and modified through such rivers, hydrological things. Corrientes hidrológicas, corrientes, corre is running. So, corrientes hidrológicas, running water things, que lo atraviesan, las cuales en muy corto espacio recorren terrenos de grandes pendientes. Recorren terrenos de grandes pendientes. It would make sense to talk at that place about that is very steep there, these regions of the mountains through these rivers. So I guess that is what we're talking about. La territorialidad municipal de Aguilar de Campo y Comarcas del Eterno. Okay, we're talking about, and we're starting with a sentence with, and the region which is under the administration of Aguilar de Campo y Comarcas del, just with Aguilar de Campo y Comarcas. We're talking about the region which is the Aguilar de Campo del Eterno, que dan bajo la influencia de la cuenca del río Pisuerga. We're saying the region of Aguilar de Campo is under the great influence of the river Pisuerga. Collector base, and the base where it is collecting the water from the river. Al que desaguan todas las corrientes mayores y menores que por ella transistan. We're talking about something the mayores and menores, so the major and minor corrientes, that was part of the rivers, the major and minor rivers of this Rio Pisuerga, which is the influential one for the territorialidad, for the territory of Aguilar de Campo, is very important. Este río, so this river, dentro de la territorialidad de Aguilar de Campo, organiza el embalse de mismo nombre, cuya presa se puede admirar desde las afueras de la villa, habiendo sido construido entre los años 1953 a 1961. So we're saying something was built between 1953 and 1961, teniendo una capacidad de they built a dam somewhere. That would make sense. They built between 1953 and 1961, somewhere in Aguilar de Campo, a dam which has a capacity de 247 miles de metros. It would make sense to say 2 million and something. 240, I get it, 77 million cubic meter. Ocupando su cupa una superficie de 1,646 hectáreas y una longitud de cuena de casi 12 kilómetros. So it has been a surface of 1,646 hectares and a length of casi 12. I guess 100, I don't know what Deutsch is. It has some type of length. Siendo el más grande de la provincia de Palencia. Siendo el más grande. It is at least something important of a province of Palencia. Maybe it would make sense to say it gets where the water or from, maybe for drink or for farming. Whatever, it has something to do with it. Maybe it is just a major part of it. So, and 10 minutes. That was the Spanish part. If you were here for Spanish, you can go directly to the next part. We will continue to try to understand what this book is saying there. If you stay here and participate in the leg injury prevention training, then is that it. Have a good handstanding leg, swing the other leg in front and to the side. And the other foot in front and to the side. And one foot in front and back. And other foot in front and back. And one leg up, hands out, go to one side. And to the other side. Middle, over cross with both. Middle, over cross. And the other leg up, over to one side. And to the other. And hands right down. And down, and now with both again. And to the other side. And down. And have a good standing leg. Other leg up. Just up to the side. Other leg. And to the side. Stand good. Turn over to the leg. Down into the knee. Over to the other side. And up. Change. Stand good. Turn over. Down. Over. Up. Stand good. And reach all this with one here to imaginary 90-minute intervals. With the other leg. And one heel onto the ground. Don't do it if you're pregnant. Lift the heel off the ground. Place it again onto the ground. Other leg. And one leg up. Other one. And arms to the sides, one leg up, lean in front, leg up, and down. And pull the knee in and out. And down. Our leg up and down. And pull the knee in and out. And next to the sides, breathing around. And out. In and up. Out. In and cross the legs. And that was leg injury prevention training. I thank you very much.